Guys for continuing to rock with me, but I just got home off of an early morning flight, right? First thing through the door, I want to see my family. I love my family. You know, I'm a family man. I'm an advocate for families, right? Second thing, I got to get that hot shower because I got to throw the threads on. The threads make me feel like $1,000,000, but the third thing through my mind and all throughout the trip is that I got to have that Teej pack. Teej makes my life uncomplicated. It's uncomplicated skincare for men. The first way that I started specifically was their level 1 system. It's a daily face wash to get rid of the dirt and grime on your skin. 2 times per week exfoliating scrub to get rid of the dead skin cells. An AM moisturizer with SPF 20 because you should always be protecting your skin from the sun. And a PM moisturizer to help your skin stay hydrated and healthy throughout the night. Here's the thing. My favorite part about Teej Hanley is that every box comes with an instruction card that tells you when to use each product, how much to use, and in what order. They really making the process of achieving and maintaining amazing skin for men uncomplicated. In addition to amazing skin, members of Teej Hanley get tons of benefits, including at least 20% off the retail price, the ability to customize your box, exclusive monthly deals, you can pause and cancel at any time, and you get free shipping. And because Teej Hanley is sponsoring today's video, they're offering my viewers an amazing deal, right? Just click the first link in the description and you get 30% off your first box, plus a free gift. It's an amazing deal. You got to get started today. You're not out here trying to look like a Dusty. And if you travel as much as I do, which I'm sure most people don't, but you know me, I'm pushing my bag chasers in order to be in the top 5%, top 10%, top 1%. We got to make our lives uncomplicated, and Teej Hanley is no better product. You got to look good. You got to smell good. And you can't be looking like a Dusty. Make sure you get started today. Click the link in the description. Get that Teej pack. Feel the Teej, my friends. What's going on is Anton from AntonDaniels.com. I appreciate you guys for continuing to rock with me. Welcome to the MMS, the Millionaire Morning Show. I am your host, Anton from AntonDaniels.com. We are going to have a good time today, and I am looking forward to kicking it with you guys extensively. Now, I usually rock with 2 different cups. Everybody know I got the Thanos cup and then I got the Anton Daniels cup. When I got the Thanos cup, and this is not intentionally, but this is just something that I noticed. So I was going through some of my previous shows because I do watch my own content. Contrary to popular belief, I do feel myself. Now, when I'm rocking with the Thanos cup, right, I'm usually in a certain type of mood to snap my fingers and eliminate my competition. But this is not what this is today. I am looking to be incredibly objective. Okay. Rita brought me this cup with my water in it, and I got the other cup that got my face on it. I'm just feeling myself on those days. So let me just say this. I'm making a concerted effort today to be incredibly objective. I have not watched the video. People have sent me the content as usual. I don't have time to check out paint drying on the wall, right? Honestly, in my honest personal opinion, in the past, not going forward because I have not watched the content yet. In the past, watching Boyce Watkins for me was like watching paint dry. There's no entertainment value in it whatsoever. I don't even think that the advice is good at all. It's very, very general. And it's funny because I watched like some Instagram video or something like that somebody sent me. And his financial advice is very, very subpar in the past, in my opinion. I don't even think that he articulates himself that incredible. I mean, for me to be a community college C student and for him to be a doctor, PhD graduate, and this is just my past observation. You know, I like to bring you guys into the fold by first giving you a basic understanding as to what my view of something or someone is, right? And so, yeah, we're going to get right to it today, right? And so I've always looked at Boyce Watkins. You know, I tend to try to steer myself towards other people that I hope that I can learn from or relate to. But when I started looking up his content and when he first burst on the scene from my perspective, because apparently he's been out for a little while, he always came off as a pretender and a race hustler. A pretender and a race hustler. Plenty of people go to school for a lot of things, but it does not necessarily mean that they're an expert in it. I know people that went to school for marketing, which I consider marketing a basket weaving degree. I know a lot of people that went to school for marketing, but they don't necessarily carry any real marketing strategy outside of what you can get on a pamphlet from somebody that's hitting you with the girls on girls, stuff outside of Vegas. It's not groundbreaking. And I've always felt as though a college degree, let me just cook for a minute, y'all. A college degree is, to a larger extent, for most professions, the barrier to entry. The foundation of who you are and how great you are in that specific field is the work that you put into it, right? Before I ever went to college, I had mastered largely what it is that I do in my profession. And then I just found myself at a crossroads to where I couldn't break through certain barriers because I didn't have the credentials behind me, which is one of the reasons why I wound up going back to school. And then once I got in, it was like, yo, I'm going to go all the way to the top because I know people, I know network, I understand sales, I understand marketing, I understand what it is that you need to do in order to get to the top, right? But the barrier to entry for a lot of us is just to get the degree. It's just the real, like if we want to be absolutely transparent, right? And so when I see certain people, now, obviously that does not go for certain professions. Like if you're trying to be a surgeon or, you want to be a dentist or things like that, there is a level of study that the public would want you to be comfortable with before you start operating on somebody. But even in that, right, the book studying does not necessarily qualify you to be great at what you do in your profession. It's the hours and the hours that you're spending and your residency and your internships and you're on the job actually performing and studying under other people that are great and have performed at that job for an extended period of time. And so I've always believed that people that live in this world in which they champion the doctor and all of that stuff, and it doesn't take away from it, right there, but it doesn't necessarily also qualify them to give you the game, because I'd rather study under somebody that actually built it, lived it, failed, won, was successful, got that real life lesson. Listen, I'd rather take advice from a guy on the street that is a bum. This has nothing to do with Boyce Watkins yet. I haven't cooked on him yet. I'd rather take advice from somebody on the street that's a bum that used to be a millionaire. Because at least he can tell me, yo, I've been there, done that. I can take advice from anybody. I take advice. Listen, I take advice from children sometimes. Sometimes my daughter will say, Dad, that ain't rocking like that. Do I need her to be a social media influencer in order for me to understand that she got her pulse on a certain demographic? Or she's saying, Dad, you need to make sure that you get on this platform because this is how they doing it over there. She's observant and she's really paying attention. And so, one of the things that I learned in user experience, which is what I do, which is a branch of what we've done in information technology. One of the things that I learned in user experience is that as much as I know, right, and I've designed countless applications, I've managed countless teams, I've been on, so many different projects and boards and all of this stuff. One thing that I've learned in user experience is that you never depend on what you know. You have to do user testing. You have to get out in the streets. You got to go out and participate. One of the reasons why I go out every single day is not only to network, not only to interact with the people, not only get FaceTime. I fly city to city. I go out every day. I'm out in the streets and participating on a regular basis. One of the reasons that I do that is because I need to get a pulse on what's going on, what people need, what their needs are, how it is that I can push them forward, how I can understand what the current environment is, right? You have to do user testing. You have to interact with people. You have to go out and actually do stuff so that you can then bring that information back, combine it with the experience that you have and an understanding, and then you got this trifecta that allows you to be effective when you're pouring into people, right? It's so many benefits that you get from being out and about, and this is why I encourage people to get out on a regular basis. Oh, we gonna cook today. I'm just in that mood. I felt it when I woke up because I got a good night's sleep last night. I did a 2 a day yesterday. No, I'm not talking about working out. I'm talking about busting it down in the bed. Listen, this is a different type of show. We're going to have a different type of conversation. We did 2 a days yesterday. I said, you know what? Right after the show, I did it. And then right after the live stream last night, we did our naked yoga impression. And it is what it is. Listen, tell your kids to cover their ears or open their ears because you want to hear it from adults in which they're going to break it down. You don't want them to try to figure it out for themselves. Let them come over to the light side, not the dark side, the light side. We did 2 a days yesterday. Rita said, yes, we need that. But my point is that you actually have to participate. If you talk to any person that's when it comes to being in the music industry, entertainment industry, they out there, they're in the clubs, they doing shows, they kicking it with the people, they at the strip clubs or whatever, because they need to see what's popping. They want to know where the music is going. They want to be a part of the wave. And so in order for them to be effective, they actually have to take their craft serious by being in the trenches. I'm in the trenches every day. You know, I see a lot of content creators, and I'm not throwing no shots at no content creators specifically, but just using this as an example, they chilling at the crib. I've met a lot of content creators in person. They at the crib. And so when people meet me, when I go to these Patreon meetups, I met a guy, me and Rita was out and about yesterday, and I'm chilling at J. Alexander's, one of my favorite restaurants. And the guy like, yo, Anton, I can't believe it. And so we kicked it. Shout out to you, big dog. He from Cali. His chick is here in Detroit. I said, Anton or whatever. When you meet me, I'm doper in person than whatever perception that you may have of me online. But often at times when I meet people, content creators and things like that, timid, scared. It's weird because most of them are taller than me. I'm only 5'7". Most of them are taller than me. And so when I walk up to them and I'm kicking it with them and I'm having extended conversations with them, over time, you start to see that the confidence diminishes because for some reason they don't feel as confident as they present themselves when they're online. It's weird. It is so weird. But me and JR talked about this 6 months ago, a year ago. It's crazy. Because when you talk to them in person and when you kick it with people in person, you get to see who they really are. And so I'm not fooled. I can see all in between, all of the lines and all of the nuances and everything. I'm not fooled when I see people put things on their names, senior, doctor, all of this other type of stuff, because I pay attention to the real you. I can see the real you. I can see whether or not you know what you're talking about. Because listen, when we jump on these platforms and we talk business, we don't use talking points. We just cook. Anybody that's been in one of my Patreon meetings, and let me do some housekeeping, right? Shout out to Tej Hanley, Uncomplicated Skincare for Men, 30% off your first order plus a free gift. Dope product. I use it. It is awesome. That link is in the description. Also, shout out to the Patreon members. Patreon members, we have a Patreon live stream tonight, 9 p.m. Eastern. I am going to post it right after this show. Patreon live stream tonight, 9 p.m. Eastern, part 4 of Building a Business from the Ground Up. You guys are using my money to do so. You've already budgeted over $100,000 of my money. We already did picking a location, fleshing out the business concept. We've already did the budget. Now we're going to continue to level up, and we got a whole nother branch that we going into, and we're going to continue to build it, right? Y'all doing it with my money. I'm happy to fund it so that you guys can get real life experience, not no talking, not no courses, not none of that. And this ain't hate on no courses. Hey, listen, if you rocking with people that do courses and the courses is good, use the information to continue to level up. That's dope. But I just do it differently because I need to be in the trenches with my people, giving them real life experience, not just talking points of how you can be effective in doing what it is you do based off of what I've already done. It take years to be a life coach. How you going to be a life coach and you ain't lived life yet? That's just my personal opinion. Never mind me. So shout out to the Patreon members. Link is in the description as well as pinned to the top of the chat if you want to join the Bag Chasers and rock with a group of people that's going in a direction that you would like to go in. Mastermind sessions, you unlock it as soon as you become a member. All of the previous videos, unlocked. All of the content, unlocked as soon as you become a member. It's up to you. We got to put a barrier to entry so we can keep the dusties out. But we keep the price at a minimum. I can't tell you how long it's going to be before the price of the brick goes up. If you need to book a personal session with me and kick it with me, you have the availability to do so. AntonDaniels.com. You can click the email link, or you can just email me at AntonDaniels413@gmail.com. I don't just give stock picks. I give you the understanding as to why we select the companies to invest in that we do. So just be careful. Just be careful is all I'm saying. And who it is that you choose to align with based off of whatever credentials that they say that they have, because I know plenty of lawyers that went to law school and got the name and they trash in court. Walk in court if you want to with that dude that got them slip-on dress shoes and see how much time you get. Nah, you want the guy that actually done been to war. You don't want no public defender. You don't want no dude that's fresh out of law school. You don't want no dude that's got a credential. Yo, he a lawyer. He technically got his degree, but he's just not a practicing lawyer. No, I don't want no general counsel. I want somebody that actually is an expert at family court. I want somebody that's an expert in criminal defense. I want somebody that's an expert in taxes. I want somebody that's an expert in whatever it is that they do. I need somebody that is willing to charge me an arm and a leg, possibly, in order for me to make sure that I keep my freedom, or I can defend myself against this lawsuit, or I can make sure that this paternity. I need somebody that has credentials that can show me, listen, this is what you've done. Won, lost, won again, learn from. Give me the rundown. Give me the rundown. Give me your resume. I want to see it. Don't just tell me that you just woke up and now you giving. I don't care about your advice. I want to see it. So I'm a little different. Listen, do what you do, get your money, get your bag, do what you got to do, but I'm a little bit different. So let's transition, right? Because none of that was necessarily directed at Boyce, but I'm giving you, again, the foundation behind why I'm saying what I'm saying and why I choose to do what I do. It's a lot of people giving you marriage advice. I'm an encourager of getting premarital and post-marriage counseling. However, just because they call themselves a pastor don't mean that they understand what it means to be successfully married. It just means that they know how to endure. There are ships passing through the night. They probably don't even like each other. He busting down the chick that's in the third row of the pew, and she looking at him a certain type of way because she ain't receiving a message that he preaching on the pulpit the same way. Listen. I'm just telling you, this is real. Well, that's my pastor. Well, pastor was getting some assa from Michelle in the third row. I could tell you how to be successfully married. I can. It just is what it is. This is my lane. This is what I understand. I've been doing it successfully for an entire. I can tell you how to create an environment in which you don't have to ask your chick how to be submissive, but she'll come in that way. Nah, that's too much game for you. I can give you the game. It's true. It is what it is. Anybody that's interacted with me in person, you know who I am in real life. I show up. I go to the events. I fly to your city. I kick it with you in person. I'm not hiding. I don't chill. This is me. So now let's transition. I see y'all in the chat. Yeah, Pastor was getting some alsa. What a beautiful disaster. So let's transition over to Boyce, right? Now, I'm going to take a different take today. And Boyce, I know you know I'm here. My challenge still is there. If you want to put up $100,000, listen, I'll even reduce it, Boyce. We can bring it down because I'm going to be objective today. Honestly, the advice, I have not seen the video. I don't know what it is. I know that the video is titled. Let me pull up the video. Let me see what it's called. Give me a second. Video is called. Let me pull down the Teej. I know Boyce ain't been using the Teej. Boyce has not been using the Teej. I can tell. So let me scroll down. Video is called How High Value Men Manage Money in Relationships. This is the video that y'all sent me. If y'all didn't want me to react to it, then y'all wouldn't have sent it to me. But this is the name of the video. This is what it's called. And so this is the one that we're going to talk about. All right. How high value men manage money in relationships. Now, the first thing that came to my mind when I started to evaluate whether or not this is going to pop off was, how would Boyce know what a high value man is? Especially considering that he never really rocked with or agreed with Kevin Samuels in the first place. We all know that term existed prior to Kevin Samuels, but Kevin Samuels is the one that made it popular, and he's leaning on different talking points from Kevin Samuels in order to try to get his weight up. He wasn't doing it when Kevin Samuels was here. He ain't had no conversations consistently about Kevin Samuels with Kevin Samuels or using his talking points when he was here. But all of a sudden, Boyce is teaching us. I'm not even going to use the nicknames that I gave him. I'm going to put some respect on this man's name. Boyce is teaching us how to be high value men with our money and our relationships. I said, say it ain't so. Well, similar to what we were talking about. Wait. We're not going to do it yet. I'm not going to go into the video yet. I got to finish giving you my foundation of what my expectation is of this video before I view it. So the first thing that comes to my mind is how can he tell me how to manage a relationship effectively when the evidence points differently as far as him being the alpha, the man, a high value man when it comes to a relationship? How is this possible? Boyce is going to teach me how to be a high value man in a relationship. The challenge still exists. We can talk about money. We can talk about business. We can talk about the market. We can talk about relationships. Oh, he don't want to talk about that. We can talk about any of that. I'll reduce it. We can go anywhere from $50,000 to $100,000. You put it up, or you can have your girl put it up. And then whoever wins, and we'll let it be judged by a consensus of great businessmen or other whatever, right? We could do it however they want to do it. And whoever loses, they donate the $100,000 to whoever it is that so they can use it for a good cause. I'm giving it to my bag chasers. We going to bust that down. We going to bust down Boyce's money. We might just put it all on red. Go to the casino and put one shot on red just because it's Boyce's money. Then anyway, I digress. I'm going to be objective today because I feel like I'm being dodged. I feel like I'm being ignored because I know he heard it. I know he heard it because You know I got the evidence, but we're going to hold off on that. We're going to cook today, all right? So, Boyce, Mr. Watkins, is going to teach us how to be a high value man in our relationships and our money. Cool. Sir Shad says, appreciate you holding Kev down. You a real friend, AD. That's why this community is getting stronger every day. Bag chasers. Bag chasers is in the building. So on top of my game, I'm coming in through the ceiling. I'm going to put some bars together for y'all in a little bit. So, all right. So Boyce is going to teach us, and we're going to react to this. Make sure you subscribe to the Patreon. Link is in the description as well as pinned to the top of the chat. We're going to react to this in real time. I have no clue what he's going to say. They sent me the timestamp. I said, okay, I'm going to rock with it. I put it up there. We're going to look at this. We're going to have a conversation, and we're going to see what Boyce says. And then I'm going to give you my honest, objective opinion of whether or not this man is in cap mode or whether or not he really, really know what he's talking about. Y'all ready? Are y'all ready? Listen, if you ready, then please get my likes up. If you're ready, please get the likes up. If you are on another platform, make sure that you subscribe to that platform. You hit a like to make sure you like that platform. Whatever platform you on, YouTube, Facebook, whatever, make sure you get my likes up because we are going to get started. And I cannot promise you anything. All I know is it's going to be real and authentic. All right. So shout out to King of Foods Network says we must protect Kevin Samuels at all costs. I did that video a long time. I've been said that, big dog. Yeah, you remember. All right. So let's react to Boyce. Let's get it with Boyce. Let's pop.
So I spent a lot of time really wondering about this idea of a high value man, high value woman. And I looked at the last 10 videos that Kevin did before he passed. And I've heard people say, well, Kevin was just as hard on the men as he was on the women. I don't agree with that assessment. And the reason I don't agree with that assessment is because if I went to Kevin Samuels' channel, in fact, I encourage everybody to do this. If you go to his channel and look at the last 10 videos that he did, every single video title was about women.
Interestingly enough, he's already wrong right off the gate. As a matter of fact, it has nothing to do with how recent the latest video it is. It has everything to do with whether or not the content speaks for itself. Kevin Samuels was harder, not just as hard, harder on the men first, which also listen, all you got to do, you ain't even got to go back to his old videos. You can just go back to where he had Men's Week. Go back to where he had Men's Week. He was harder on the men earlier than he first started talking to women, which gave him the qualifications to be able to be the same way, especially when we're advocating for partners and equality. And we have to have equality when it comes to wages and results and all of this other type of stuff. He was harder on men than he was on women. And so what I see very early in this video, is simping. This is simping. This is me giving an objective opinion. This is not anything controversial that I've said. None of that. This is simping at its highest level. This is, my wife might be listening in the other room, so I have to say the thing that makes her feel good in order to be able to sleep in the same bed with her at night. Simping. At the highest level. At the highest level. What are you talking about, fam? How is he not harder, let alone as hard, on men than he was on women? Please don't sit here and tell me that you reviewed the last 10 videos and that's your data. As a doctor, as an economist, as a person that pays attention to what goes on in the market, you know, Boyce, that you need a larger much larger gathering of data in order to come to such a conclusion. But let's continue. No worries. We're going to give them the benefit of the doubt because we're being objective today.
Every single video, the title was about women. Modern woman thinks she's the prize. Modern woman doesn't think she needs a man. Is this what modern women want? Modern women are losing. It'll be things like that, right? And
so what part of it is not true though? And if you would have listened to the advice, maybe you would have had a different proposal, and she wouldn't have just kissed you on the cheek, and she wouldn't have considered whether or not she was going to say yes or no prior to accepting your hand in marriage. Because she's the one that controlled access to marriage, not you. See, here's the key. His woman controlled access to marriage and access to sex. This is not a knock on his chick. I will never say anything negative about her. This has everything to do with the video that he put up in which he was highlighting with his fanny pack on. Please don't let me bring that video back up. With his fanny pack on, begging, baby, please. Baby, please, would you marry me? If it's a lie, then the video told it. But I'm going to continue.
So what I would say is that there was definitely kind of an attention on women. It was sort of like, at worst, you could say it was woman bashing. At best, though, you could say he was trying to be helpful by saying, this is what women need to do to appeal to high value men like me, right?
Woman bashing. First of all, nobody asked any of those women to call into the show. Secondly, he's only paying attention to whatever the talking points are, not necessarily what the results are, because the truth hurts. So when he did it to men, was it men bashing? When he did it to men, was it men bashing? Because I don't see anybody complaining about what he said to men. He literally told a dude.
Right? You get what I'm saying? Tell me if you get what I'm saying. I need you to try to hear me in a logical fashion. I'm a logical person. Maybe
no,
like
you're
a
not.
Vulcan or
no, you're not. You're emotional.
Spock. I'm not here to be emotional about it one way or the other. I'm really trying to make a point. So anyway, with that said, I saw him debating a woman who was very nice to him and who basically kind of challenged this high value man, high value woman thing. And she said something.
Buck Dodger says, Anton, on another topic, notice how he stopped talking about the Tulsa scam mean property investment with Jay Morrison. Curious? I am not familiar with such a thing, my friend. I have no clue as to what Boyce was talking about when it comes to Tulsa. And you going to have to fill me in. Please, guys, send me the content. I will have my people review it and we will go through it thoroughly. Or maybe I'll just send it over to my guy, Pocket Watching with JT.
To him like, basically like, you're a high value man, right? And he said, yeah, I am. And she said, so you meet plenty of high value women, right? And he said, yeah, I meet them all the time. And he says, so why aren't you? She said, so why aren't?
So he got the whole script. He's studying. He's literally studying Kev. You telling me this man that's so busy, too busy to pay attention to Kev and ever even respond to him, not really care about anything that he said. You telling me this man has done a deep dive. He is quoting the conversation verbatim, going back and forth. Now, listen, first of all, my first reaction to this is, why is this saying how high value men manage their money in relationships? And I have not seen any advice whatsoever about how you manage your money in relationships. But we're going to continue. I'm going to be open-minded. We're going to continue.
Aren't you married? And he said, well, I've been married twice. And I don't remember the rest of the conversation. I have to get the link and I can share it actually, because I thought it was really interesting, because it made me ask myself this. It made me say, what's the goal? Right?
Who is Cynthia G? I mean, I'm familiar with the fact that people mention her name. I've seen her name, but I've never, ever watched any of Cynthia G content. Who is Cynthia G? Somebody fill me in. Chat, give me some insight on who Cynthia G is. Because let me tell you one thing. I ain't never been scared of no woman. A woman? Who? Let's find out. Can't believe y'all even bailing Boyce out like this. You know, Anton, I don't care nothing about this. Give me a second. We'll come back to you, Boyce. Has she said something negative about me? Let's find out. Is this Cynthia G? What did she talk about? I dated a white man and it sucked. Why this black? Okay, what's the problem? Shannon Sharks explained why his Becky cheated. Oh, I see why y'all saying her name. White Zaddy explains why black men can't be high value. Biracial woman. Oh, this is old. All of that is 5 years ago and stuff. All right, so let me look at something more recent. This so-called high value good black man, the so-called high value good black men that are overlooked. New details on Kevin Samuels, Roe versus Wade. Fresh and Fit debates Colin Jackie O. I don't see anything compelling that should be fearful. Please help me to understand how black men became submissive to Zaddy.
Imagine what a new color can do to transform the home you love. Certapro
Gotta go with the premium version. Let me switch this. Hold on, give me a second. Switch account, Anton. Let's see for me. Let's review this.
No. The matriarchy was already established on that plantation. It was established, and they're going to say that again. So it says the Reconstruction with the emancipation of.
And she got the Zoom link, the Zoom thing in the bottom and too. Man, get on out of here with this. I'm not about to even waste my time with this. Anyways, moving on back to Boyce. Kevin Robinson says she ain't never said nothing negative about me, so why would I care about her anyway? These clowns like Boyce are trying to capitalize off Kevin Samuels' death. What part of the game is this? Simp dudes, dangerous man. Shout out to you, Kevin Robinson. I agree. Brock says, Boyce Watkins strikes again. Where does the pandering end? This crap is tiring. Where is Jesse Lee Peterson yelling beta when you need him? Shout out to Jesse Lee Peace, JLP. Let's see. Shout out to my girl Q says, drink that water. Hashtag swallow it. Okay, Q, I got you. Let's see. Q is, I got you. I'm going to call you afterwards. She ain't worth it. Let it go. I don't see anything to react to. Let's see. Boyce Watkins is literally clout chasing off of Kevin Samuels' name. They waited till his death to start talking about him, but was too cowardly to debate with him. Why he won't debate with me? I don't know. Maybe I'm too small. We can money fight. Pure jealousy at its finest. Keep up the awesome work, Anton. Thank you, Paris. I appreciate you. Thank you, love. Let me revisit Q right here. Q trying to throw salt in the game. Let me see what's happening over here. Petty. My dog Angry Man got on Cynthia G. Then let Angry Man do what he do. There's people for it. I have somebody else that I need to tackle right now. So we're gonna revisit my dog Moist really quickly. All right. I mean, not Moist. Let me put some respect on his name. Dr. Boyce Watkins. All right, so let's continue.
If I am a high value man and I'm giving advice to women and women on how to be a high value woman too.
Let me ask y'all a question before we continue with this. How many of y'all believe that Boyce Watkins is a high value man? How many of y'all would classify Boyce Watkins? Because I've heard him describe himself as a high value man. He does not agree with Kevin Samuels. He don't rock with Kevin Samuels. Yet he's using Kevin Samuels' talking points in order to describe himself. Now, how many of you would describe Boyce Watkins as a high value man? Let me see. I don't. Nope. Come on, Anton. Hell nah. No. Moist is a simp value man. Y'all, it's crazy. You got one, said I believe so. Maybe not. Not at all. High value clown. Trash. More like master simp. Never could be a high value man. Great value man. Shout out to Walmart. By the money aspect, yeah. Absolutely not. He technically is, but still is a simp. Interesting. But let's continue. Because he's supposedly teaching us on what it takes in order to be a high value man. So let's continue.
Or how to identify a high value man. And I'm giving men advice on how to be a high value man and how to identify high value women. What is the goal? Right? Is the goal to get men and women together so they can have sex with each other? I mean, that's fine. That's okay. That's a goal, right? Is the goal to get Black men and women together so they can marry each other and form families? That's another goal too. Let's call that level 2. Or is the goal to get Black men and women together to get married, form families, and stay married?
What is he talking about? Listen, somebody give me the game on what he's talking about. Why would you try to get people to get together to get married and not want them to stay together? Why is he acting like it's all the same point? I don't know. Maybe I'm a C student, but maybe I missed it. If you get somebody to get married and you go through the process, why is that level 3 to what the fuck is you talking about, bro? What is he talking about? But see, he's trying to, my impression of what I'm seeing right now is paint a narrative. Now, listen, I could be wrong. I could be dead wrong. And when I continue to play this video, when it shows, it could show me something completely different. But I believe what he's trying to do is he's trying very weak argument and making sure that he's attempting to try to frame his narrative to try to tear Kevin Samuels down. He's not going to teach us anything. He's just going to rant about what he doesn't like about Kevin Samuels. So he's using his talking points, including the first video, the first part where he was talking about he went and watched the last 10 videos, which is cap. Because if you telling me you watched his last 10 videos and live streams, that means that you watched over 20 hours of content? You spent time watching 20 hours of content before you came on his platform, because I'm not talking about clips. I'm talking about actually watching the content to digest what was being said, what was being communicated, and why he was doing what it is that he was doing. Because those of us that are familiar with Kevin Samuels' content knows that he says, marry before you carry. Why are you leaving the man that has your child? He's advocating. Kev regularly advocated for families to stay together, advocated to get married before you had sex and had a child. Kev literally, verbatim, word for word, dealt with people based off of what they called into the show and asked for. So if a woman said, I want this man, and this is why, he would break down why you either don't fit the criteria or what you had to do to get there. And he gave you an honest assessment of your current circumstances based off of the information that you submitted. So if you said, yo, I'm a PhD, he broke it down and he said, well, men don't care about that. Am I off? So what is he doing right now? What is the goal? What is the objective in him saying this? And again, this is why I tell y'all have to look at the details. You got to look at certain things, not just what's being said, because the intention is revealed not through the words, but how you say it, why you frame your words, the way you're framing it, how you're starting to put together the conversation. See, I'm smart enough, C student, not quite that smart, but smart enough to be able to see through the bullshit. So again, I'm willing to say that I'm wrong and come back to the front of the congregation and say that I'm off if it goes in a different direction, if he's not using it in order to tear down his character and he's actually going to teach us something about how high value men manage their money in relationships. Shout out to Duty, Honor, and Caffeine says, Boyce thinks the greatest contribution a black man can achieve is to marry a single mother and raise all of her children that aren't his, which we all know that that's enablement. You're enabling bad behavior. He literally thinks that's the greatest accomplishment. Sad. That's crazy if that's true. That's crazy. But let's see. I'm willing to say I'm wrong.
Right. So if you dissect that into 3 different categories, level 1, get black men and women together to have sex. Like, I'm a man and I want to know how to appeal to a high value woman and get her to get in the bed with me so we can do our thing. I think he was really good at that, right? You know,
But that's not what he was trying to do. What are you talking about? He never said that he wanted you or wanted women specifically to be a part of hookup culture. That's not what he said. What is he? Come on, man. Come on, bro. And this is when I say pandering, because they frame it as though they're trying to give you some new information that you don't already have. But in reality, he's pandering because that's not woman bashing, and he never did that. I can't stand these simps, bro.
Consultant means I can give you the right image to allow you to appear to be somebody that is appealing so that you can get the person that you want, right? That's good, right?
Boyce is book smart, but Boyce is not wise when it comes to being able to move out here in society, which is one of the reasons why he has found himself proposing on one knee and getting kissed on the cheek and barely getting a yes. Boyce is so off. Boyce is so off. Parla G says, Watkins Network on YouTube purchased Watkins Network because the fool wasn't smart enough to patent it. Meecheks on YouTube purchased Watkins Network. Wow, she owns this network now. I didn't know that. Yo, Charles Crouch, I'm noticing a trend where people terribly misconstrue Kevin's message as if they were actual followers of his. This is crazy what he's saying. Thank you for the super chat. Mr. Nick says, if any man wants to be called a high value man, they must pass all parts of Kevin Samuel's definition. He never advocated for hookup culture. His goal was to put people in the best position possible and then to align you if you're incorrectly having bad expectations as to what you should be seeking so that you can actually find a person that you should be married to. But as usual, Boyce is pandering.
The next level, can I get black people together to actually get married and form families? Well, that's one of the goals that will be put into question. Because if you think about this, right?
The lesson comes.
If you're saying, look, I'm a high value man, I want to show you how to be a high value woman.
Stop talking with your hands.
So that a high value man will want to be with you and marry you. But I myself have never been married.
What is he talking about? What is he talking about? Kev clearly had been married twice to my understanding. Maybe I'm off. Is this man completely oblivious to what the heck is happening out here in the streets? Listen, I've seen some videos where some people raise some decent points as far as being able to debate Kevin Samuels on specific talking points. What is he talking about? What is he talking about? Where's the lesson in this? Please, sir, I'm begging you in this video to please give me some information so I can better my marriage, my successfully married marriage. Please give me some information so that I can better understand how to manage my marriage more effectively. Boyce, I'm waiting.
Think about this. I've been public for a long time too. You know, Kevin Samuels did a whole video about me on his channel. I didn't even know about it. I still never have watched.
Oh, the cap is real. Give me a second. The cap is real. Oh my God. Listen, if he didn't watch Kevin Samuels' expose, he said Kevin Samuels did a video on me and I didn't even watch it. The cap is real. If he did not watch every single word that was said to him on that live stream or whatever video that Kev did of him, the cap is real. He watched every minute of it. He first, come on, y'all. Come on, y'all. Let me back this up a little bit.
Samuels did a whole video about me on his channel. I didn't even know about it. I still never have watched the entire video. I don't watch YouTube videos, to be honest.
Boy, if you don't get your... Listen, if he lied to you that fast, he will steal your money. Fast talking, stuttering, and lying. He has watched the video. He has watched it. He has watched Kevin's video breakdown of him. He has watched it. He's watched it. Oh my God. Yo, this is bad. This is bad. Shout out to James Calvin. Y'all have to remember Boyce is married to a woman who he was in the friend zone with for 15 plus years. He's up now. That's why she wants him now. Dude is a super beta male. James Calvin Jr. said that. TS Swag 504 says Boyce has been sheltered by academia his whole life. The real world is a different place than a college campus. He bases his life off of theory. I agree with that. I agree with that 100%. Boyce has watched every video that has been... Dizzy says, I remember Kevin telling the dude that increasing his value in order to get better cat was a poor reason. Facts. Moist is capping and he needs to be cooked. Let me rewind it one more time. This is what he's saying.
Me on his channel. Been public for a long time too, you know.
He gonna try to give it some spotlight. Yeah, I've been public for a long time too. Now, listen, Kev ain't the only one that's been public. I've been public for a long time too.
Like Kevin Samuels did a whole video about me on his channel. I didn't even know about it. I still never have watched the entire video.
I didn't even know about it. I still haven't watched. Sir, either you didn't know about it, either you don't know about it, but you know about it. I didn't even know about it. I still haven't watched the entire video. Sir, okay, so he did a whole video. You are familiar with all of Kevin's work. You've went back and broke down 10 of his whole live streams, and you've never watched the one that he broke you down. So either you don't know about it and you didn't watch it, and he gave us 3 different, just the way he just gave us 3 talking points, he gave us 3 breakdowns. He said, listen, Kevin Samuels did a whole video breakdown on me. I didn't even know about it. I still haven't watched it. I still haven't watched the whole video. Let me replay it because I could be off on this.
Again, I've been public for a long time too. You know, like Kevin Samuels did a whole video about me on his channel. I didn't even know about it. I still never have watched the entire video. I don't watch YouTube videos, to be honest with you.
What are we watching here? Is this not a train wreck in real time? Is this not a train wreck in real time? What are we watching here? When are we going to get to the good part? I'm waiting for Boyce to bring us some information because let me go down and see if I can get the... How do high value men manage their money and relationships? That is the name of the video. How do high value men manage their money and relationships? All I see right now is caping, simping, pandering, and putting a dead man's mouth in his neck. Putting a dead man's cock in his... putting a dead man's name in your mouth. That's all I see right now. That's all I see is Capadonna. Y'all ever heard of Capadonna? He was a part of the Wu-Tang Clan. Capadonna. Alvin says, high value mannequin tailors or dressmakers, lay figure, also a form representing the human figure used for displaying clothes. Oh, he wanted to be Kev so bad. He wished he was Kev.
I watch stuff like track and field and poker tournaments and I watch videos where I can learn things. I don't get really into like some of the chit chat on the internet. It's just not interesting to me, to be honest with you.
Lies, 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 lies. Lies, 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 lies. Boyce has so much time on his hands. Listen. The one thing that I know about high value men is that we busy. Listen, I'm so busy, I can't even think. And so what I have to do a lot of times is surround myself with other people that can add value into my life, that I reward them also because they have a vested interest in seeing me successful. I am very, very, very busy. Boyce jumps on the internet and plays video games. Boyce live streams video. Listen, if it's a lie, you know me, I'll pull up your channel. If it's a lie, let me see. Videos. He give you real estate advice. I mean, not real estate advice, stock advice. And then he go off and he do this.
Execute all targets.
This is him. Now, I'm going to be real with you. He's not that good. My nephews told me he is not that good. But this is him. Literally. Listen. This was just live streamed on May 18th. You know what I was doing on May 18th? We was busting down the bag. We was meeting up with people. We was networking. I gotta fly out to California this weekend and do a meeting at a startup for Silicon Valley. This is Boyce. This is what he does on his channel. Seriously. Please don't sit here and tell me, look. And he's live streaming on multiple platforms. He got his Twitch. He got everything up there. Bro, listen, I'm not hating. If you want to play video games, then play video games. We're not tripping off of that. But please don't sit here and tell me about how you high value. What is your chick saying when you in there and there's nothing wrong with playing video games? I'm not tripping off video games. Listen, I wish I could play video games. My Xbox Pro, whatever it is, the black one that's up there, has been sitting up. I have not played it one day since I got it. I got it when it first came out. I bought it so I can kick it with my daughter. I have not played it one day, but I have it. How is this man a high value man? Is this a man that women are looking to marry, or is this a man that women are looking to settle for? I don't have no downtime. You know what I do in my downtime? I spend time with my daughter. I'm going out with my family. I'm taking them out. I'm flying back and forth. I'm taking them on vacation. Let me tell you something. Rita said we got some downtime today. You know what she did? She ain't no good. Rita ain't no good. Y'all want to know what my life really like? Look. What you doing, boo?
I am getting my hair done.
So, what were we having a disagreement about today?
About me canceling all of your calls for tomorrow.
And what else? What was I bothered by that you did?
The fact that I booked us the getaway for today.
No, you didn't book it just for the day.
Oh, for the next few days.
All right, bye. Rita is over there booking trips. Rita said, wait a minute, I see a 3-day gap before you got to fly out of town. We're going to book us a getaway. That's what my life is like. Listen, I document the journey. No matter what happens to me, good or bad, flying in and whatever I do, I'm documenting the journey. So, okay, listen, I got to be objective. I'm going to keep this cap on for now. I'm going to take it off for you, boys. I'm going to take the cap off and I'm going to go ahead and let Boyce cook. Boyce is going to, at some point, he's going to teach us how high value men manage their money in relationships. That's the title of the video.
But here's the deal. If I'm a high value man who's meeting lots of high value women and I'm saying, I'm going to show you how to be a high value woman so a high value man like me will want to marry you. But I've never married a high value woman.
Boy, the slander is real. The slander is real. So now, because how do he know who Kev was married to? How does he know? How does he know at all? How does he know who the mother of his daughter is? Now, if I start going in on Felicia or whatever her name is, whatever his name, the name of his wife is, if I start deep diving into her, then y'all gonna be like, Anton, you're stepping over the line. Okay, let's continue.
To some would say that I'm getting you to compete for a prize that doesn't actually exist. You follow what I'm saying?
No, we don't follow what you're saying, Boyce. We do not follow anything that you're saying right now. Shout out to Razik says his black business school ain't high value. Got the nerve to charge folks $1,500 for basic economics. He a high value liar. Is that true, y'all? He got a business school and he was charging people $1,500? Listen, I know I'm low value because my Patreon is only $15. I guess I'm low value. I would venture to say, because I've never seen his actual courses or anything like that, but I would venture to say that my mastermind sessions that you get for all of them for $15 is way more valuable than anything he's teaching you in his business courses.
I'm getting you to chase something that's not going to be handed to you. Right? like I'm not, because I'm manifesting this. I'm showing you. This is
simping at the highest level.
I'm going to meet a lot of high value women and they're going to do cartwheels to get next to me. I'm going to sleep with them all and I'm not going to marry any of them.
So when did Kev ever say sleep with a bunch of women? I'm trying to understand. As a matter of fact, what I remember Kevin saying, and see, this is why you got to be careful with people like this that just use talking points in order to emphasize something, because this is why a lot of these women are mad in the first place, is because he takes talking points like a woman. What Kev always said, and one thing that because me and Kev debated privately a number of times on the phone, but one thing that Kev always emphasized, and me and him adamantly agreed on, was dick discipline. Now listen, if I'm wrong, call me out on it. The one thing that Kevin always emphasized, he did say that certain men of a certain stature exercised options, but that was more or less identifying what men do, not what he was advocating for. Now, Kev always said that the greatest men exercise dick discipline. I'm going to just call it like I see it. I'm going to call it straight down the middle. I'm going to say it's real. Kevin always emphasized dick discipline. Anton emphasizes dick discipline. What is Boyce talking about in order to try to paint this narrative so that he can continue to kill this man's name well after he's been buried?
Hey, I heard Too Short, the rapper, actually. Because think about it. I mean,
what is he talking about?
Sometimes, and if you really want to be cynical, you can make the argument that it almost sounds a little bit like
Jesus
pimping.
Christ.
Too Short, who was a guy who would always talk about pimping women or whatever, he actually had a verse about that where he said that women want to get with me because they think I'm going to give them money, but I never give them money, but I get my sex first. And so
is this the leader? Is this one of the leaders or one of the people that was out here pimping y'all black people in order to try to get y'all to vote a certain type of way and out here race hustling? Is this one of your race hustlers? Really? Seriously? This guy just literally quoted a verse from Too Short in order to try to substantiate his argument off of whether or not Kevin emphasized or highlighted whether or not you should have dick discipline or sleep with as many girls as you want. Jesus Christ. Bro, you know how many black women would have went out and just went on a rampage more than they already have if they would have heard Kevin say, yo, you should sleep with as many women as you could because you're a high value man? Do you know how much these chicks would have been on a rampage if they would have said that? This man literally just quoted Too Short in order to try to substantiate his argument. Too Short. Short dog for life. Cocktails. Y'all remember Cocktails? I knew this girl. Her name is Irene. This dude just quoted Too Short. He's listening to Too Short. And listen, I have nothing against Too Short. Get your money, man. Too Short, the dude that say, bitch. This dude is so weak. What? Listen, now, in theory, I believe that Boyce quoted Too Short in order to try to get some street cred with y'all. This is what they do. This is what they do. He's trying to show you that he's hip to the game. Hey guys, listen, I listened to some Too Short, and Short Dog said, this is what they do. This guy is trying to give you or paint a narrative that he's familiar. He knows what he's talking about. Listen, I've been around for a long time, and I had my share of women. I had my share. And listen, I was listening to Short Dog, and Short Dog said, listen, I used to tell these women. Jesus Christ. I would love to debate this man in person. I would love to debate. I want to debate this guy so bad. There is nobody in the universe. What do I have to do to debate Boyce? Somebody. How much money do I have to pay? I will pay to debate Boyce. I will pay good money to debate Boyce. I will pay good money to wash this dude. This dude can't hold my jockstrap. I will pay whatever y'all want me to pay. I will go to whatever school. I will get whatever credential. Do y'all want me to go and get my doctorate degree? What do you want? Somebody put this guy in front of me. Please, please put Boyce in front of me so I can watch this dude. So I can just embarrass him on a national stage once and for all. Somebody serve Boyce up to me on a plate. Anybody, give me Boyce. Give us free. Give us free. Give me Boyce. Give me Boyce. Give us Boyce Watkins. Give us Boyce. Somebody give me this guy. Give him to me, please. Jesus Christ.
Kind of like, it's a little bit of a contradiction that can be pointed out. If I am an alleged high value man that's supposedly teaching you how to appeal to a high value man so that you can get married and stay married, then it seems to me that I would not just want to be a high value man, but I would manifest that by getting married and staying married.
Oh my God. Simp Nation. Simp Nation. Somebody give me Boyce. Somebody send him to me. Anybody. Somebody. I need it. I want it.
So by virtue of Kevin saying I've been married twice,
look at this sucker.
That's him saying that not only do I does
look at this sucker
man or high value man.
So let me ask you a question, Boyce. Let me ask you a question, because I'm curious. How many women have you slept with in your lifetime, Boyce, as a high value man? I'm curious. I want to know if the pot is calling the kettle black based off of what he think he knows. How many women have Boyce slept with as a self-proclaimed high-value man prior to getting chosen for marriage? I'm curious. I have to know. I have to know if Boyce has been a virgin up to the point, because we all know that the strongest way to build wealth in the Black community is by marrying. So Boyce has just recently gotten married, right? And so I'm curious, has Boyce exploited Black women for the sake of his penis in order to make himself feel good prior to being accepted by the woman that friend-zoned him for the last 15 years in order for him to come back later and then be accepted for marriage? I'm curious. I need to know the background. See, you Boyce. I'm going to have him playing basketball in Pelican Bay. Shoe program. 23-hour lockdown. How many women, Boyce? I need you to be real. Be 100, Boyce. See, the one beautiful thing about me is that I'm going to be 1,000% transparent with you. I need to know if Boyce was one of these high value men that has sex before marriage with women that he wasn't married to in order to be able to make them for the streets? Does he have a clean rap sheet? That's all I'm saying. I just want to know.
Might mean not really want to marry you. We want you sweating up a storm. We want you appealing to us. We want you doing what we tell you to do. But not only are we not going to really marry you, but we're probably not going to stay married to you, because I've been married twice and I have no shame in that. The same shame I would expect you to have.
Wait a minute. Is Boyce Watkins teaching us, because I almost just missed that. Is Boyce Watkins teaching us how high value men manage relationships while also criticizing Kevin Samuels for the exact thing that he just admitted to? Please say it ain't true. Please tell me you do not speaketh with forked tongueth. I need to rewind this. I just got to go back 1 second. I almost missed it. I was almost distracted.
Doing what we tell you to do. But not only are we not going to really marry you, but we're probably not going to stay married to you, because I've been married twice and I have no shame in that.
What am I listening to? Did he just not go on a whole rant about Kevin Samuels? And then he just literally, I did not know this. I do not study Boyce Watkins' life. I did not know that this man had been married twice and divorced. Where they do that at? Where do they criticize other people for the exact same thing that they live? What is wrong with this man? Haseth he notheth, speaketh with forketh, tongueth? What is wrong with this man? Oh my God. Let me, I did not hear what I thought I heard.
Storm, we want you appealing to us. We want you doing what we tell you to do. But not only are we not going to really marry you, but we're probably not going to stay married to you, because I've been married twice and I have no shame in that.
Is Boyce out here breaking up his family? Is he being a detriment to the black community that he advocates for when he says that men should stay married? Did he not just quote 3 different points and say, yo, what is the purpose? Is the purpose to stay married? Did Boyce not soy his royal oats? In the black community, spread his seed around? Is Boyce a Pookie and a Ray Ray sitting here talking and giving us Kevin Samuels talking points while at the same time not teaching us anything but using his name in order to get his rocks off? Saith ain't soeth. Wow, I did not know that. Boyce.
Same shame I would expect you to have for being, say, a single mom. I'm not going to have that shame by being a twice married dad.
Wait a minute. Does Boyce have any kids outside of the current marriage that he has? Y'all let me know in the chat. I need to know if Boyce has any kids outside of his current marriage. I want to know. I got to know now. And it has nothing to do with Boyce personally, but I need to understand, is the pot calling the kettle black? I need to know if Boyce is doing the same thing that he's advocated for so long against. He got a daughter? Oh, Boyce haseth one daughtereth, and Boyceth is sitting here literally talking to you guys about what it takes in order to be in a relationship as a high value man. Now, listen, I'm going to go down and I'm going to look at the title one time. How do high value men manage their money in relationships? Okay, so I didn't miss it. I didn't miss how he titled this. All right, so shout out to Timothy Greathouse. Appreciate you, brother. Take care of your health. I appreciate you, big dog. Thank you for the Cash App, Timothy. Boyceth hatheth a daughtereth, and he's out here sitting here pandering to women, lying.
And that does not. Now, the thing about that, you got to be careful about that, obviously, because a lot of people get married and get divorced, and it's not always their fault. Things happen in relationships. Relationships are tough.
Oh, God. Are you not making an excuse as to why you could not stay married, Boyce, as a high value, self-proclaimed high value man?
Marriage is tough. You shouldn't sign up for it unless you're ready to really do that work. But
twice.
But I think that
twice, Boyce.
For Black people, one of the things I would encourage you to really think about is, at the very least, when you're getting advice on how to do something, you probably want to get advice from somebody who's done it, who knows how to do it successfully.
So wait a minute, Boyce. Wait a minute. You are literally, quite literally, the exact same, minus simping out in order to try to get chosen from being in the friend zone, circumstantially, as Kevin Samuels, as far as his, how it is that things played out. Twice married. And so I'm assuming that he's been married for what? 1 year, 1.5, 2 years max. And so now are you telling me that you're doing it successfully, so you should hold the mantle as far as giving us advice, or you should be the prototype as to how we should move when it comes to being in a relationship and successfully married? Say it ain't so. Say it ain't so. Say it ain't so. Please don't tell me that you are now using yourself and holding yourself up as an example in order to have a conversation with women and women at large, let alone Black women, on how we should be when it comes to making sure that we do the right things for the Black community, holding family together, being successfully married. Is this what you're proposing? Because you're giving us advice. I haven't heard any yet. All he did was rant on Kevin Samuels, but let's continue.
That's just, that's my 2 cents on that. And it's not even a diss, it's just an observation. And I know some people are emotional, it's
lies.
For it to be the manosphere. When I think about manhood, I always think about the ability to manage your emotions. But if you really look at some of the energy of the manosphere, some of the energy is very emotional.
Wait a minute. Let me back up. Boyce says he does not watch content outside of track and field, video games, and chess. Track and field, video games, and something like that. He says something random, right? Somehow, some way, he is familiar with not only the manosphere, but how emotional the manosphere can get. So wait a minute. Again, hold on. Somebody get the fucking lead attorney on the line so we can cross-examine this man. This man literally just made a breakdown and an analysis of the manosphere. How does he even know what the manosphere is? How is he aware of it? How does he know that men in the manosphere, which I don't even consider myself as a part of I can't control what people group you as, whatever, so on and so forth. How is Boyce so intimately familiar with what goes on in the manosphere if he's not familiar? Don't even watch YouTube videos about himself. Didn't watch Kevin Samuels' breakdown of it. Only watches, doesn't look at comments, only watches what goes on track and field in the off season. But he is so familiar with how people are operating in the manosphere. Don't tell me that Boyce is familiar with, is learning talking points from, and trying to make himself a part of the... Boyce, are you capping again? Are you lying? Was you lying earlier and now you telling on yourself? This is why I tell y'all got to pay attention to the details. Because if you let them fast talk you, they will talk you right into a ditch. And you never even know that you got there. You never know how you got there. I agree. Fascinating. So you telling me that you speaketh again with forked tongue? Man, if I let this video... Come on. I'm ready now. I'm built for it.
Very emotional. Like men that were raised by their mothers and they imitate their mothers and their emotionality, right? Because they're mad. Maybe they're mad, for whatever reason, mad at single moms because their mother was a single mom and they didn't get what they needed. I don't know what it is.
Boyce just dissed. Yo, I just dissed you. Boyce just dissed you. Yo, Boyce just came for y'all. Boyce called y'all out by name. He said, yo, and all of these dudes in the manosphere, they out here, maybe they came from single moms. That's why they mad at these single chicks, because Boyce just dissed you. Listen, I have not seen one piece of advice so far. One piece of advice so far from Boyce Watkins on how it is that high value men manage relationships and money. Not one. But what I see is Boyce, first he lied to y'all and said that he not watching y'all videos. Now he just dissed you. Slow it down. I just dissed you. He did the conceited on y'all. He did. He went straight over into the URL. He went straight to the URL. Battle rap, battle league. He went Math Hoffa, Calico. He went conceited. He went Sue Surf on y'all. He went Hollow the Don, Big T. Yes, slow it down. I just dissed you. Hold on, let me back up for a minute. Y'all ain't know I was familiar with what was happening in these streets.
The ability to manage your emotions, but if you really look at it, that's just, that I encourage you to really think about is, at the very least, when you're getting advice on how to do something, you probably want to get advice from somebody who's done it, who knows how to do it successfully. That's just, that's my 2 cents.
All right, so here he about to go. He about to go conceited on y'all. Slow it down. I just dissed you.
On that. And it's not even a diss. It's just an observation. And I know some people are emotional. It's, for it to be the manosphere. When I think about manhood, I always think about the ability to manage your emotions. But
wait. Yo. This ain't even low. He didn't go conceited on y'all. He didn't. He went straight up freestyle, funk flex freestyle on y'all. This dude, he just slowed it down and dissed you. He did some of the greatest battles of all time. He went T-Rex, right? He went yeah, he went Averb, T-Rex. He went y'all remember when Averb was battling Hollow the Don back in St. Louis, and then he did the Yo Pops thing, Big Gerald. Y'all didn't know I was up on it. Y'all don't know nothing about me. Anton know everything that's happening. I'm familiar with everything. They say, is this the same guy who cried during his friend zone proposal? Yes, he did. And he teared up. Yes, he did. Yes, he did. Check this out. Hey, Big Gerald. Yes, he did. He went Loaded Lux, Funk Flex freestyle on your head.
If you really look at some of the energy of the manosphere, some of the energy is very emotional. Like men that were raised by their mothers, and they imitate their mothers and their emotionality, right? Because they're mad. Maybe they're mad, for whatever reason, mad at single moms because their mother was a single mom and they didn't get what they needed. I don't know what.
Hey, Big Gerald, that's how you talk to your son. Hey, Big Gerald, that's how you talk to your son. Oh my God. This dude just went ham on y'all. He said, and then I'm gonna blow the brains out of him, and then reload with the bullets that came out of him. Blow the brains out of him, and then reload with the clips that came out of him. Boyce just dissed you. Shout out to Christopher. A week and a half ago, I said Boyce's failed version of KS, blasphemy on my part, but that's how I felt. What I'm seeing now is an embarrassment. Then reload with the clips that came out of him. Oh my God.
But either way, though, I think if you look at it logically, it doesn't make sense. And then that last, and again, we had talked about that last piece of not just getting married, but staying married. He didn't stay married. So what I saw with Kevin, what I liked about him was
this dude is a hater.
He was very intelligent, very logical.
Oh no! Now hey, this is classic narcissistic behavior. You diss him, and then you try to bring the audience back like you're not dissing them because you realize subconsciously that you're dissing them. So you want to get yourself out of the jam. So you give a compliment, and then you probably gonna go back to dissing them in order to try to make your point.
He brought forth a lot of great old school values that I think people can learn from. He talked to men about dressing the right way, about speaking articulately, doing a lot of things that I think decent women, quality women, find these things appealing.
I'm not sure I can take this any longer, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not sure I can take this any longer, ladies and gentlemen. I think that this man is quite possibly, short of the people in the community that rob, steal, and kill and burn down your own buildings and tell you not to snitch on the people that's doing it. Short of that, these type of men, let me get you right on the screen. Hold on, give me a second. These type of men, ladies and gentlemen, could quite possibly be one of the dangerous type of people in our society. Not even just online, in society. Could quite possibly be one of the most dangerous people in society, and I'm going to tell you why. Is because they present themselves as sheep. They present themselves as intelligent. Listen to me. This is my assessment. Shout out to Psychedelic Sense. I appreciate you for the Cash App, big dog. They present themselves. I'm going to tell you why Boyce is dangerous, because on the outside, it will appear that he's not dangerous because he's older. He's a little bit kooky. He's a simp. You know what I'm saying? He's harmless when it comes to physically doing anything to anybody. He gets chosen for marriage. All of that. Like he seems like he's harmless, a nothing, a nobody. If he did not put the doctor behind his name, we wouldn't even know who he is. He will never build a business that's worth anything himself. He will never put his own money up. He is never going to be able to stand on his own 2 feet in order to be able to substantiate or create anything that we can glean off of and then make the world a better place. And this is why they're so dangerous, because it reminds you of a president. See, contrary to popular belief, Trump was not a danger because he's what he is. You know what you're getting. So either way, on any side of the fence that you stand, you know exactly what you're dealing with. You know that Trump is going to be Trump. He going to grab some chicks by the pussy. At the same time, he going to fight China, right? Listen, Trump going to tell you, listen, fam, I don't really care about what you think, but whatever you got going on in your schools and the black community right now, it ain't been working. So if you want to come over to my side, you may not like it, but you know exactly what you're getting from Trump. Now, the reason why Boyce Watkins are dangerous is because they present themselves differently. They're the type of politician that is going to sell you on a narrative. They're going to say, you know what? I'm telling you, and they talk like this. This is how they talk. I'm telling you, they're against you. It's too many shootings. It's too many people that's out of work. And what you need is hope. You need hope. You need somebody that's going to come in and do something for the black community different than anybody before you. And before you know it, there's not a policy, not a principle, not a dollar that's ever going to go into your community that changes anything. As a matter of fact, what happens is they take all of it out and then they spread it amongst their friends. And this is the type of person that you're dealing with. You're dealing with a male version of a chameleon. They present themselves as something or somebody that you should listen to because they went and got a degree. But they don't exhibit the characteristics that come along with being a real man. Great character. Standing on your own 2 feet. Telling the truth. Actually doing and building something instead of leaning on other people in order to substantiate your arguments and your claims. Real talk. When Boyce does what he does on his own, let me show you what he do. This is the real Boyce. This is the real Boyce. I'm going to show you the real Boyce real quick. This is the real Boyce. This is him. Hold on, let's do this one. Because, I got to look pretty. This is the real Boyce right here. This is the real him. Sitting with an Amazon package in the background. Never ironing his shirts or his t-shirts. Playing video games at 50 to 60 plus years old in the middle of the daytime. In the middle of the daytime. Fam, you telling me you ain't got a meeting? You ain't got nothing going on? This is what you doing? Getting sniped? This is what you doing? This is the real Boyce. Respawn. This is him practicing his Call of Duty. Kevin Samuels would have despised this man. If Kevin Samuels had the time to go and look at Boyce's channel like I'm looking at right now, he would despise this man. This is the real Boyce. This is what you get, ladies and gentlemen. Nothing else. This is the package. That's the package. And he's the most dangerous person in the community because he's going to present himself as harmless and he's going to lead you right into a path of destruction. Don't know nothing he's talking about. Race hustler. Just grab that Patreon. Shout out to Berg Boy. Looking to learn a slot and build some connections as I start to finish tech school. Appreciate everything you're doing, AD. Shout out to Berg Boy for becoming a part of the Bag Chasers. Can we get a round of applause for Berg Boy? Can we get a round of applause for Berg Boy? Real talk. Oh, my God. I can't stand these race hustlers. Yo, Big Dog, would you do a reaction to Cassidy's bars on the I-95 freestyle? It's a lot of money bars in there. It would be dope to see you react to it. I like Cass. Who Cass battled last? I know he had battled, did he battle Loaded Lux? I know he battled Hollow the Don. Anyways, I'm telling on myself. I can't keep doing that. So y'all be like, Anton think black culture is trash, but he listen to battle rap. Facts. Listen, I got vices too on the low. Shout out to Razik. Listen. I gotta go and fight with Rita that's trying to book a getaway and trying to book flights, or I don't know what the heck she got going on. I don't know if she's doing it here. I have no idea. My chick does things that she feels is in my best interest, but I feel like I need to be. Listen, you know a dude is in their feminine energy when they say I feel like I need to be here with you guys and relaxing. All right, so listen. Shout out to Boyce. Listen, my offer still stands. My offer stands until, what's the last day of the month? May 30th, May 31st? 100,000. You put up 100, I'll put up 100, or you can get your girl to put up 100. It got to come from your account too. Don't sit there and get MSNBC to back you and none of that. I want receipts that come out of your. I'ma do my wire out of my account. You do your wire. We put up 100,000. Somebody can serve you up on a plate, and then me and the Patreon members gonna bust down your 100. I'm gonna contribute it to all of the people that's a part of the Patreon. Link is in the description as well as pinned to the top of the chat. If you want to book me for a personal session, make sure you tap into me. Anton Daniels 413 at gmail.com. Email me. I love you. I appreciate you. This is the greatest show on earth, bar none. But I need you to do me one more favor before we get out of here. Make sure you share this with your family and friends. Oh, snaps. Hold on. My dog, Jeff. Give me 1 second. Let me come back. My dog, Jeff. Shout out to Jeff. Kev's best friend, my guy, says Kevin did watch him. He knew all about Boyce and had no respect for his brand. Thank you, Jeff, for giving us some clarification. Kev did watch him. He knew all about Boyce and had no respect for his brand. You heard it here first. Shout out to my dog, Jeff. I appreciate you, Jeff, giving us some clarification on exactly how Kevin felt about Boyce. Please serve me up, Boyce. I will put up my own money just to watch this dude. Y'all have a phenomenal afternoon.